If drinking coffee is a regular part of your weekly routine and you enjoy the effects it has on your day, hopefully you will tune into this video where I will be going into detail about how the caffeine in the coffee or energy drink you frequent directly affects the nervous system, the physiological processes of the body, and the regulation of mood and emotional state. To begin, let's talk about caffeine's effect on the nervous system. Caffeine is classified as a central nervous system stimulant and an organic molecule called methylxanthine. It acts on the nervous system, which produces a psychostimulant effect similar to cocaine and amphetamine, which are also psychostimulants. This creates an increase in motor activity and a decrease in drowsiness, eliciting the jolting effect it has on your body. Studies have provided an overview of research conducted since the early 1990s on the mechanism of action that caffeine has on the central nervous system. The mechanism underlying the motor and reinforcing effects of cocaine and amphetamine along with caffeine is caused by the drug's stimulation of central dopaminergic transmission, particularly in the striatum. The striatum, the input structure of the basal ganglia, is an area of the brain involved in the learning of reward-related behaviors, and it contains the highest concentration of dopamine and dopamine receptors. Caffeine is a natural stimulant, and, as a methylxanthine, its structure is similar enough to adenosine in the way it binds to the same receptors in the brain, blocking adenosine from attaching and signaling drowsiness, leaving neurons active and promoting wakefulness. It's like a key fitting into a lock, but not turning it, preventing the actual key, adenosine, from unlocking the sleepy feeling and leading to alertness. Moving on, let's talk about caffeine's effect on the physiological processes of the body. Caffeine affects the body in many ways. Primarily by stimulating the central nervous system, it promotes alertness, concentration, and reduces feelings of fatigue. This stimulation triggers the release of adrenaline, leading to a temporary increase in heart rate, blood pressure, and breathing rate. At the same time, caffeine slightly boosts metabolism by promoting fat and glucose breakdown, giving the body a quick surge of energy. It also affects other systems, such as increasing stomach acid and gut movement, acting as a mild diuretic in the kidneys, and enhancing muscle contraction and endurance. However, these effects can come with drawbacks, including disrupted sleep, anxiety, or headaches, especially with high intake or regular use. Overall, caffeine's widespread physiological impact explains why it can be both beneficial for performance and alertness, and problematic when overused. The worst energy drinks that contain high amounts of caffeine that often top lists due to extremely high sugar, caffeine, or excessive vitamins include brands like Rockstar, Monster, Bang, and even Red Bull, frequently cited for high sugar/caffeine content in large serving sizes, while some smaller brands like Spike also get mentions for extreme potency, with general concerns around high doses of B vitamins and artificial sweeteners like sucralose. Overusage of caffeine can at worst result in high blood pressure, but fatal effects are very hard to achieve, since the daily amount recommended a day should not exceed 400 milligrams. Finally, the last thing I'd like to talk about is caffeine's effect on mood and emotional state. Caffeine has a noticeable impact on mood and emotional state, largely because of how it stimulates the brain. It reduces feelings of tiredness and increases alertness, which often leads to improved mood, greater motivation, and a heightened sense of energy. Many people experience increased feelings of well-being, sociability, and confidence after consuming moderate amounts. However, because caffeine also increases adrenaline and stress hormones, higher doses can have the opposite effect, triggering anxiety, irritability, restlessness, and nervousness. Regular use can lead to dependence, where mood may feel low or irritable without caffeine, and sudden withdrawal can cause headaches, fatigue, and depressed mood. In this way, caffeine can enhance mood temporarily, but excessive or habitual use may negatively affect emotional balance. Hopefully this video has demonstrated some of the effects caffeine has to offer, and has given you a somewhat deeper understanding of what goes on with your brain, your body, and your mood as a result of this intake.